Last thoughts. New flesh on dry bones. In my years in Iowa, looking beneath the blanket of modern agriculture, I have found many connections between the prairie and Iowa customs. For example, the next time you go to a powwow, watch for the grass dancers. The yarn and fringe you see hanging from their regalia is a reminder of the old times, when warriors stuffed bunches of tall grass into their garters and belts or sashes and danced vigorously with low, sweeping motions of the feet to flatten the prairie grasses and make the dance grounds ready. Among the Iowa, this was a part of the Hirushka or Iroshka, the primary warriors' society. The warrior dances of the Iroshka survive in the deep-voiced southern drums of groups like Yellowhammer and in the searching and dignified steps of the straight dance. Whenever I see the grass dancers and the straight dancers and hear those southern drums, I think about the old tall grass prairies stretching out like wave upon wave of an endless ocean. And when I think about those prairies, I think about the old folks and about the buffalo. So in April 1997, I decided to visit Walnut Creek, now Neil Smith, National Wildlife Refuge near Prairie City, southeast of Des Moines, because I had heard that a small herd of buffalo had been brought there to graze the restored prairie. I went on a Monday, but to my disappointment, I found that the Prairie Learning Center was not open on Mondays, or Sundays, a word to the wise. Because it was not open, however, I had the refuge almost to myself. Ironically, the rolling slopes were scarred by the machines being used to replant prairie. Another area was so completely burned that it seemed carved from coal, even though I knew that fire is a necessary tool in establishing and maintaining the health of the prairie. But it was amazing to see the amount and variety of life that was returning. I saw delicately colored birds that I did not recognize, and even a small lizard scooting across the road. I was there to see the buffalo, though, which are kept in 800 enclosed acres, with a so-called buffalo-proof fence. So I took the road that warned of buffalo on the road. Well, the road went right through the enclosure, but I saw no buffalo. I looked and I looked. I wondered if somehow I was not worthy. While the terrain was rolling and broken, and some portions were wooded, it still amazed me that such large animals could remain so well hidden. I drove through once, turned around, and drove through again. Still nothing. I was disappointed, and I drove down by the bur oaks, down below the charred slopes. I sat there for a while, listening to the tree frogs peeping near Walnut Creek, and enjoying the smell of growing sweetgrass somewhere nearby. Then I thought about how the old ones believed that the buffalo could come alive again, by clothing its desiccated bones with a mantle of living flesh. And the thought came to me that this prairie was coming alive in the same way. It had once been killed and the flesh torn away, the soil with its coneflowers and Indian grass, so that the prairie was invisible, nothing left but a sheath of hybrid corn and scattered patches of weeds and scrub. But now the skeleton was again becoming clothed in its old flesh of prairie life. Plants, birds, and animals. Like the old stories of the buffalo returning to life, this prairie was returning to life. And somewhere just over that ridge, unseen as in a great cavern beneath the earth, the buffalo were waiting.